Welcome everybody to Stabby Time. And of course, we're here with my co-host, Brendan.
Hi.
we're here with Sledgehammer Horror again. Thank you guys for coming. We love when you're on our show. If you guys don't know who they are, please go on their YouTube channel. They're amazing people. We love having you on here. Love having you on. I promised that I was going to be a mess today because I'm sick. So
no, we'd love to be here.
Yeah, it's truly an honor. Thank you for being patient with us.
Yes.
Hey,
sure.
No, patience is my only good trait. Everything else is horrible, but that's like my only good trait. What's been up with you guys? You guys have anything up and coming or anything you want to announce?
Yeah, but you take this one.
All right.
Kind of changing the channel up a little in the new year. As of right now, we're releasing 3 to 4 My First Horror Movie episodes a week on top of reviews. Didn't see that coming versus in the new year. Yeah, lives. In the new year, we're going to really trim that back a little bit. We're going to try to go to 1 My First Horror Movie a week. And we're going to try to go out and do more in-person stuff. Haunted houses, paranormal, investigative type stuff. Just more in-person type things, cons, things of that nature. Our first in-person event we just did was a haunted house in our area. We have another haunted place we're going to. And because I'm also a huge wrestling nerd, in January, my son and I are flying from Michigan to Florida to go to the Royal Rumble. So we'll be doing a Royal Rumble video while we're there, too. So I'm just trying to get more in-person, things like that.
Yeah.
I have a warrior mask, Ultimate Warrior. I'm very old school when it comes to wrestling. I don't watch new wrestling, but I was like a big 80s wrestling fan, like the women team, the Bushwhackers. They were like my favorite. I gotta hook you up with my friend Bob After Dark. He's a ghost hunter. He travels to a lot of cons, so I'll connect you all.
Please, that'd be awesome.
How was your haunted house experience? I did my first haunted house podcast experience, and it was life-changing.
Well, I mean, this one we did was just like a
an actual
haunted attraction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like an actual. We had somebody in our local community reach out to us like, "Hey, we love your stuff. We'd love for you to come out and do an in-person thing to try to promote our haunted house and get people out here to check it out." So that was cool. The one we're going to do, there's a trestle about 30 miles away from us by where I grew up at. And it's a train overpass.
Where you used to take me to
try to get freaky. Hey, people died here.
Yeah. Can you hear them crying?
Can you hear the baby screaming? Because I want to hear your
get a girl's panties to drop more than death,
Right.
Right.
I was trying to use that line from Independence Day, you don't want to die a virgin, right? Let's just do it right here.
Works every time.
Yeah, so we're going to go there, kind of give the backstory of the lore on why it's allegedly haunted. And, it's something that we've always been, like I said, it's always been close. It was about 2 miles away from where I grew up. And so me and my friends didn't spend a lot of time there. I did a lot of research into the lore of why it's a haunted place, and it's on the top 10 most haunted places in Michigan.
So, really? Where is it at? What's it called?
It's technically in Sand Creek. It's called Ghost Trestle is what they call it.
Ghost Trestle. I think out.
Like I said, it's legit 30 minutes away from us now. So we're going to do a buddy of mine. If you guys have seen the short horror film we did, Home is Where the Haunt Is. Yeah. He's the hearse driver in the movie, and that's his hearse. That's his daily driver. So we're going to go out there in the hearse and
that's so cool.
Film while we're out there in the hearse. So we're super, super excited about that.
He's living the dream. I always wanted a hearse as a goth, as an old goth kid.
Cool hearse shows.
Yeah, he goes hearse fests and shit like that.
There's car shows. There's hearse shows.
For just hearse.
For just hearse. Yes.
It's amazing. I don't have my wallet on me. He got me this amazing poker chip from Hearst Fest, and I keep it in my wallet all the time. It's like my good luck chip. Yeah, it's dope.
That
it's
so amazing.
Dope. That's something else I don't think people know about Ashley and I. Ashley and I are both huge poker players. We love Texas Hold'em.
Oh shit. We're gonna have to get together.
I know.
I learned I learned poker when I was like 5, like from my Sicilian grandmother. She was like making me gamble, which worked out very well.
Right.
But yeah, I love Texas Hold'em.
Oh yeah, us too. That's something we're both big fans of the World Series of Poker.
Are you good at it?
I'm fucking amazing. That's my poker face right now. You don't know if I'm telling the truth or not.
Oh no!
I have a good
She has the best poker face because she's just like.
I don't show emotion, so it's
You're just like, I'm done.
Yep.
The only person, I put this on everything I love, the only person in my entire life I've witnessed get a straight flush was Ashley.
Yeah.
She got a straight flush. It was a 4 through 8, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of spades, and I was just like, no way did this just happen with me at the table. Like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
They put everything in. Everything.
But she didn't, though. Like, she slow played it, and she ended up winning the pot, and I was just like, wow, like, you slow played it, and everybody bid on it. Cause, like, oh, what? She maybe has a flush draw.
Yeah.
It's straight flush. I'm like, no way did that just happen. That was the coolest shit for me to ever see in person.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool. No,
I'm pretty awesome. I did a haunted house, and they had a I didn't read signs. Like, I don't know. My haunted house experience was weird because there was a miscommunication with me being allowed to videotape me being in the haunted house. So you had people in character being like, you can't use your camera. Stop using your camera. And I'm like, no, I'm allowed, Mr. Chainsaw Man. They're like, no, put it away. I was like, okay. But the third room was a immersive experience, and it was called Buried Alive.
No.
Nope.
That's like my biggest fear ever.
Here, I didn't think that they would actually bury you alive. I was thinking like, you know how those haunted houses have those like blow up like walls, and you kind of like
that gives me anxiety. Yeah.
See, that I'm cool with. I thought that was it. And they put you in this box. Red flag. They put you in this box, and I thought, oh, well, maybe they got this thing where it's like an elevator going down, and then you go to these tunnels. No. The guy comes in and tells us to turn around facing the wall. I was like, what did I sign up for? You never want to hear anyone saying that.
No. Like, you didn't read the fine print. It was like really small.
There was no photos or anything. Like, there was nothing cluing me to like what was about to happen. And they were like, face the wall and kind of sit like the fire drills in school where you had to like put your head between your legs. And I'm like, okay, well, this is really fucking weird. Like, what are we doing? So we're all sitting back to back like this. All of a sudden, the lights drop, and you hear, "Welcome to Buried Alive." And then you hear, like, "Hit the bodies on the floor." I'm like, what is happening? All of these fucking balls drop down on us, and they're like the playpen balls, but they were heavier.
Yeah.
They filled up the whole room. Like, from floor to bottom, you are buried alive. I didn't think I was claustrophobic until that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had a worse experience because I was moving, because I was freaking out. So all the balls started, like, nothing makes a lesbian panic more than balls in my face. And it was so many. Like, and my friend was panicking because as I was moving, it was like making it worse for her. And all the balls were like piling on top of her.
You're like, you'll take the balls, not me.
Yeah.
Liz, get your balls off my face.
What was funny, I was on TikTok live and I was trying to be cool, just like staying silent. And I'm like, okay. I think the worst thing was my OCD hit. And I was thinking, how many people have touched these balls?
Oh,
and now they're like touching
on my
me.
face.
Yeah, literally on my fucking mouth. If I don't leave this place with COVID, I am God. Like, what is happening? And I'm just sitting there like, oh God. And then I'm like, I don't know how long I have to last. And in the end of my video, I go, I have to get up. And luckily enough, that's when it ended. And they emptied the balls. Let me tell you, I went with 4 people. Me and my one friend were drenched in sweat. I was shaking. I was like, that was the worst experience of my life. This is fucking horrible. Why would you do that? Like, I was horrified. I'm like, why would anyone want to get buried alive? And then there's my other 2 friends, and they're like, dude, that was awesome. We're riding the high. And I'm like, you guys are fucking nuts.
Right.
Like, I will never do that again. And you wouldn't expect, like, being buried with fucking Chuck E. Cheese balls would freak you out. But, like, that was a moment. Like, I was white. I was whiter than I am now. I was like, this is fucking frightening. I will never do that again. I wouldn't even recommend that to anyone, but I actually warned everybody on our last show, and I was like, if you ever go there, just so you know, this is what's gonna happen. Like, and my one friend goes, I wonder how the balls go up and down and how they get. I'm like, what? I wonder if they sanitize that. Like, right. And my one friend goes, I have the sniffles. I'm like, I mean, bitch, we were surrounded by so many germs. Like, within 2 minutes, we're lucky we didn't die. Right. I'm like, it was horrible, but I'm going to have to get you guys over here because we have, my family actually lives we're buried in Resurrection Cemetery. So Resurrection Mary, who haunts the streets of the cemetery, and like the bars are burnt from her hands that I guess grab the bars, ghost burns bars. I don't know. And then Bachelor's Grove Cemetery, where all the mafia like threw dead bodies in the lake. And yeah, I guess there's not much there, but I've had cameras die there. It's super haunted, like super duper haunted there. There we go. Loogie time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about, this is anthropology. That is not what we're talking about.
Good. I'm screwed if we are.
Yeah, we're talking about anthropology, guys. We're talking about wait, what is it?
Anthology.
Anthology. Sorry, that fucked me up because I did not put that on my notes. Thank you, autocorrect. Anthology. So it is a single film with several shorter films. I'm going to say this right now. I do have one of my top favorites is technically a double feature, but it's...
What, Planet Terror?
Whatever. Yes. Okay. Ruin it, Brendan. Thanks. Show's over. Goodbye. Have a good day. Why are we even doing this? Actually, you know what? I'm not going to put that on my list now that Brendan fucked it up, but I do love that movie. Can we do an honorable mention?
No, it's an honorable mention.
Yeah, it's honorable mention is Planet Terror. Thanks, Brendan. And Death Proof. That, I mean...
I love Death Proof.
You gotta love that movie. It's like the best. So we're gonna do our top 3.
Okay.
We're gonna start, of course, with our guests of honor, and then we'll go to Brendan, and then myself will go in a nice little circle. So what is your number 1?
So 2 things. One, are we going like 3, 2, 1, like our least favorite to our favorite?
Yes.
Okay, and we both did separate lists. Is that okay?
Perfect. That's what I was hoping. No, that's what I was hoping for.
You want to get? Oh, you first, of course. You want to give your number 3?
Yeah. My number 3 is from Creepshow 2, and if we're talking about like one of the segments, I was gonna choose a different one, but I know he's gonna choose it, so I was like, I'm not gonna like copy his list. So I chose Chief Woodenhead. I love that one. I love how he's like obsessed with his hair, and how like in the end, like he takes his hair for revenge. And yes, like you have done your people wrong, dude. Like I love that wooden guy. Like he's so awesome. Yeah. So
That one, like, I cringe every time I have to see that part where he just anything, like,
his hair's gonna get me paid and laid, man.
Yeah,
I know.
he's gorgeous. He's
He
gorgeous.
does have nice hair. He does,
Yeah,
but he's got a bad attitude.
Yeah.
So
And that makes it a
bad.
turn off.
yes, it makes it
So my list is extremely vanilla. I'll tell you that, just because I think my 3 anthology movies are just they're my favorite. Even though I watched them all at a very young age. And number 3 for my 3rd favorite anthology movie is going to be the original Creepshow.
Okay.
But I will say that the segment I'm going to talk about, which is Something to Tide You Over.
I knew you were going to.
Oh, nice.
Is my favorite of any of the Creepshow movies. I think we'll get to that in a minute, but Something to Tide You Over, there's just something about this one, even at a young age before I knew who Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen were, it still was just like, I knew that they were amazing. I knew they were great. And there was something about them that just stood out. And especially Leslie Nielsen, he's just so scary in his role because he's like the prototypical sociopath. In this role, you know, he's calm and cool. Like when he goes to his house, he's like, you know, you should really work on your ears on this TV, man. Like just can be completely like out there, but just the ending of it, like when you have them come back zombified and we're gonna get you, Richard. That part alone,
where it sounds like they're still underwater, like their voices.
But when the 2 parts of this segment that really, really got to me as a kid, like bad, was when Ted Danson's out there in the water and it's splashing up on him, and he just does that look right up to the camera, and he's like, "I'm gonna get you, Richard. I'm gonna get you." Like that scared me so bad as a kid. And then I can't tell you how many times in my life, for no reason at all, I'll do the "I can hold my breath for a long time." Just I love that shit. Like it's so good.
The laugh.
Like I'm such a sucker for that segment, and I think it's the scariest one.
Yeah,
I think it's the scariest of any of the Creepshow ones. And like I said, I love Creepshow. But something about this segment really has always stood out to me. So I'm going to say the original Creepshow is my 3rd favorite anthology movie, and my favorite segment from that movie is Something to Tide You Over.
See, I love all the creep shows are just like classics. Like, they're super amazing. I didn't like, was it the Tales from the Crypt one? The only reason I liked it as a kid is because I was a demented kid. Obviously, it's distasteful as an adult, but I was like, yeah, this is the movie where someone like really died. Like that was just so fascinating. And every time I would play the movie, I would tell people like, did you know this guy really died in the movie? I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me as a kid? Like I had issues. Brendan, do you want to give us your...
You sound pretty cool. You sound like a cool kid.
Yeah, look at this person really died. Like his head got cut off. And everyone's like, what the fuck's happening? But we used to also watch like, you know, the Faces of Death. Some dude getting eaten by an alligator. Like that's nothing says let's go to bed after watching like real people dying.
The internet.
Yeah, now you can just Google it. Now we call it TikTok.
Right.
Brendan, do you want to give us your number 3? Well, your least favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really rate them between all the ones I picked, but I mean, the first one is from yes, the first one is from VHS. It's from the first one. It was the amateur night.
Okay.
And it's like, because like I already have like I wouldn't say soft spot, but I really like found footage movies. And like when the first VHS came out, and then you watch these, and like they're very like I mean, some of them are pretty visceral.
Yeah.
And like the first one, like Amateur Night, like you just see it. It's just a bunch of guys. You see they put glasses on like the main guy that you're watching, and it's got a camera in the middle of it. And they're wanting to just like hook up with girls. So they pick up 2 girls. They go back to just a seedy hotel or motel.
As you do.
And then this one girl just keeps like whispering to like you, like the viewer, like the main person. And then one girl passed out and they don't want to rape her. So I was like, all right, I'll go to one that's still awake, I guess. The one that's being all fucking weird.
God damn her.
She's
yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah. So, and then she keeps saying weird shit. And then she starts having sex with one of the guys. And then all of a sudden the dude just goes into the bathroom because he kind of liked her. And then one of the other guys just like barged into the room. It's like, oh, she fucking bit me. And he just like got a huge ass gash in his wrist.
That's the best part.
Yeah. And then you're like, what the fuck's going on? And then
this isn't a kink that I signed up for.
Yeah. But they go back out and then she just starts ripping that guy apart.
Yeah, that's the best part I love about that one.
Yeah, then the other guy goes out with I guess the shower curtain bar, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's gonna do. Beat the shit out of her, I guess. And then that doesn't work.
It's a cheap hotel and it actually disconnected because those pricey ones, it doesn't do that. So you
just gotta put a little weight on those cheap ones.
You just gotta like hang up on it and then you're good.
Yeah, so that didn't work out for him, and she started just ripping him apart. And then the main guy with the camera just books it outside, and then he ends up tripping down the stairs, breaks his arm, and then she shows up, and then she's got this like kind of like gash in her forehead because obviously she's not human. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck is this? Who is this? Or what is she? And
doesn't matter, you're about to die.
Yeah, he runs away, he gets out, tries banging on windows, gets someone to let him in. No one lets him in. He runs up to this dude. All of a sudden, the dude like looks up. He just gets picked up and starts getting taken off into the air. And then he realized like she's like a succubus. And then all of a sudden, the camera, the glasses just fall to the ground.
Yeah.
And then it just cuts out, and then it goes to like the next thing.
That is one of my favorite ones when it comes to the VHS ones.
Yeah, they also made it into its own movie.
Yeah,
which is really
funny
cool.
enough. That actress Hannah Fierman's a good friend of ours.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's always cool to see her. Anytime people talk about that, I get so giddy. I'm like, because that's our homie, man. Like, I love her to death. Like, she's such a sweetheart, and I'll have to hook you guys up with her. That way, she can come on the show.
That'd be so fucking awesome. I'm like, just all the cool people. I'm like, I know.
Okay.
Joe DiMaggio, follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
Like, who's that? Yeah, it was like the dude from True Blood, like the Pee-wee movie.
Yeah. For real, we'll get you guys. I'll hook you guys up with Hannah tonight.
Dude,
so that way we can try to make something happen.
That'd be awesome. Brendan would be like, Liz, this is my show. I'm gonna do that. This is me, just me and her. We got this.
He's gonna come on and be like, "Hi, I'm Hannah." Brandon's gonna be like, "I like you.
I like you. I like you. Be my friend."
Just whisper to her like you did in the movie.
Yeah. Don't. She'll eat your fucking face off.
Right.
So, unless you want to die.
She also had a good role in the Creep Show TV show.
Oh yeah, she did.
With Justin Long. Her and Justin Long did an episode of the Creep Show TV show together.
God, I love Justin Long.
He's
got a new horror movie coming out.
We just got sucked into the Goosebumps.
Yeah, the Goosebumps. The new Goosebumps.
I did too. Oh my God, it's so good. It is so good.
We're like every Friday night. We're like, let's go.
Yeah.
It is getting so good, and it's getting better because I'm like, I thought they were gonna end it. I'm not gonna give any spoilers because have you seen it, Brendan?
No, I keep forgetting.
You gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I do. I just keep forgetting.
It's so fucking good. And Justin Long like switches that personality to being a teenager to like a grown ass teacher adult, like the weirdo, like so just seamlessly.
He does.
He plays the creepy teenager super well. God, it's such a good. I'm so happy that it's so good because I was so scared that they were going to fuck it up. I was like, please don't fuck this. Like, I know. I'm like, just don't fuck it up. Just stop fucking up my shows. That's all
I grew up on that. Yeah, like don't. Yeah.
It's the only book that I actually read. I was a very nerdy kid. Yeah, like I wasn't a big reader, but those books, like literally, I would actually read it. I was that kid that would look at photos. So I'd like rent out UFO books or like the Bigfoot books and just like look at the photos and never read. But like Goosebumps was it was perfect. And they were like interesting enough to keep my ADHD brain like occupied where I could finish like from front to back. Usually I'm just like...
Right. Yeah, those are the ones that I always used to go for too.
I'm like, they're the best. My number 3 is actually Cat Eyes.
Nice.
Yeah. So this movie, my dad showed me when I was like 6.
Little Drew Barrymore.
Which is funny. I have to show you guys a photo of me as a child. So I look just like Drew Barrymore when I was a kid, which is really weird because we look nothing alike now as adults. Not at all. But as a kid, I looked just like Drew Barrymore. Firestarter. My dad would always take me into Blockbuster and be like, "Look, doesn't my daughter look like the actress in this movie?" I'm like, "Dad, stop." Or like some people would literally go, "Dude, like you look like this fucking kid." But my favorite one was the little gremlin dude with the cat, like that comes out of the fucking wall. Was little. That gave me nightmares. Like now as an adult, I'm like, this is so fucking funny. Like he is what everyone's so like, squish him, kick him. Like I don't throw a pencil at the thing. His little knife is like the size of your fucking thumb. Like why is
he's coming at you with the fucking clue knife?
Yeah, and his little legs. He's like, I go, literally, it's gonna take him 30 minutes to approach you. So.
You have time to figure it out. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's like Puppet Master. It's like the drill dude just slowly drilling, and I'm like, you just get up, just like
even just this.
Yeah, literally, you just
swing your head over.
Just move to the side, and they're like, ah, ah. The parents are like knocking down the door. I'm like, why does she have a steel bedroom door? What is happening right now? But that little creature freaked me out, which is weird because it kind of looked like a hairless critter. But I loved the critter movies when I was a kid. But that guy, something about him, I don't know. I think it's because he was so like... It was obviously like a real person moving, but they made him look little. That just creeped me out as a kid. I was like, what the fuck? But Cat's Eye was one of my bottom likes. Love that movie. It's such a good classic, kind of like when you have nothing else to watch, just put that on. Take a little look-see. So what is your number 2?
All right, my number 2. You can talk all the shit you want.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's trick or treat. Sit down and listen. Listen to what I got to say. It is trick or treat, and it's the werewolf segment. I love that segment. Like, I just think it's so cool how like Lori, she's like the version werewolf, but she has to wear like the little Bo Peep costume, like, and she's like looking for her man to tear apart or whatever. And then she gets the principal that's like actually a murderer, and he's like planning to kill her, but then like she, gets one over on him, and this is a transformation of like her becoming like all of them becoming werewolf. Yeah. It's just very like sexy werewolf. Like
I feel like I'm the victim right now because I got to hear about this goddamn movie.
I like the movie. I like
you gotta hear. All I hear when I see her is like suke. Like that's all I hear. That is a good one of Trick or Treat. I love how all the women are like, "Ooh, you brought us a new treat," and he's like, dressed like a fucking vampire, like killing girls like by sucking their neck because he's a fucking weirdo, and they're like, "We're just gonna tear him apart now."
Let's just tear him apart, yeah. And I just love how like they're like dancing and then they're like transforming, and it's like
you
super
think they're
sexualized.
Wiccan, but they're not.
Yeah,
like there's a bunch of peaceful Wiccans burning sage and dressing naked in the forest during Halloween. No, they're werewolves. They're about to bite off your D. So,
heck yeah, yeah. But he deserved it.
This movie is gonna be mentioned twice. I'm just gonna forewarn you.
Bam, bam.
But you.
Okay, I think I'm the only
ahead.
person on this fucking planet that does not like that movie.
You are, I think.
He doesn't like Sam.
Sam.
I like Sam. I like Sam, and I would like to get. I would like to get a prequel backstory on Sam. I would like to see how Sam became Sam.
Well, I just want to know what Sam is like.
I just don't like the movie. The movie does nothing for me. I want to so bad. It's like The Big Bang Theory. Like I keep trying to watch it. Like I will like it, and I'm like, no, I know this is stupid.
We're gonna Clockwork Orange you and just like glue your eyelids together and keep making you watch it until you like it.
I make him watch it.
I watch it every year.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Then I'll send you this. I'm gonna mail you this. It's a Sam donut. I mean, a little card. I'm gonna mail you this so you can keep it close to your heart.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We'll wear them down one day.
Yeah.
I wore you down with Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus is a fucking awesome movie.
Oh, agreed.
I mean, Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, I like Hocus Pocus.
Oh, you're just like, I agree.
I agree.
Sarah Jessica Parker's boobs carry that movie.
Heck yeah, when she's bending over the stick,
it's
broom. Yeah,
it's so funny when it's like literally that whole movie, and she's like, "Come, little children." I'm like, there's something wrong. But
I
so
did
right.
many times watching that movie as a kid. I was like, "Your wish is my command, Miss Jessica Parker."
Yes, whatever you want, witch lady, please. Chewie, I do not need your opinion right now, okay? Jesus.
They were agreeing.
Yeah, the bee's like, longer tits. Thank you, Chewie. He's so awesome. Don't show me your teeth. What's yours? Is it trick or treat then? Your two?
Yeah, mine?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's your favorite.
My number two, I like so much. I bought the soundtrack because I'm a huge fan of vinyl soundtracks.
Yeah,
I have the soundtrack to Creepshow 2 here.
God, that's so cool.
I'm such a huge fan of this movie. Now, I kind of split this for my favorite, which is so funny because you're like, I know Ken's going to mention it. I'm mentioning the other two. It's so funny. You can't make it up. The Raft and The Hitchhiker, because as a kid, The Raft really got me. Like, it scared me.
I knew for sure The Raft was going to be it because I would have chose The Raft, but because I knew you were going to choose it, I was like, I'll choose a different one.
But the reason why, like, I've soured on this one as I've gotten older, and this may just be me becoming a husband, a father. Like, he totally sexually assaults that girl while she's sleeping on the raft.
Yes.
Yeah, and gets her killed, and then just like,
As a kid, I was like, boom.
Yeah. You don't know what's going on.
Like,
now as an adult, you're like, wait.
Yeah, she's sleeping and he's totally licking her tits and, you know, he's like playing with her. I'm like, dude, you're fucking gross. It gives
me the movie Kids vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
don't worry, it's just me.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Like that was your boy's girlfriend. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, yeah. And then, like, I love how he gets his comeuppance anyway, you know? And he's like, I beat you! And it gets him anyway.
Yeah.
But as an adult, man, The Hitchhiker does it for me. I think The Hitchhiker is so... Thanks for the ride, lady! Like, that one is so scary to me. And, I mean, she's
Hitchhiker.
Not a good person either. Like, she's banging this dude. She has to pay him for orgasms at the beginning of that skit.
She did well.
Yeah.
She did well.
He gets paid like $50 an orgasm.
That's pretty good.
That is good ass money. I mean, nowadays, obviously, inflation, because like folks will give you a foot picture.
95 to 105.
Now it's like a foot picture only for $50. So. That's it.
There's just something about this one now that I'm older, and like how this guy is so relentless, and like she keeps hitting him, but he keeps coming back, and thanks for the ride, lady, and she shoots him. And then you have the like, was he real? Was he not?
Was it like her imagination, like just her
guilt?
Yeah,
and then because she obviously could have, because when the husband gets there at night, when he finally gets there and he opens the garage door, it's full of exhaust fumes. So she could have killed herself with carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh, so that shit'll make you hallucinate.
And I kind of feel like that, like I do for the bug one from Creepshow. Like, were the bugs real, or was this guy going absolutely insane?
I hate that bug one.
That one I cannot. That the roaches, like, no, thank you.
Yes,
I'm good.
But yeah, as a kid, I would have said The Raft was my favorite because it was young kids getting high, seeing boobies. That was cool. And I love Chief Woodenhead.
Yeah,
I love that one. Pumpkin, I love that shit. I think it's so good. But The Hitchhiker. There's something about that one now that I'm older just scares me. I think it's so dark. And like even with old Chief Woodenhead and with The Raft, you have moments where you're laughing or you're rooting for the people in it. You're never rooting for anybody in The Hitchhiker.
True.
You're like, these are just, the woman's a bad person that's been cheating on her husband.
Yeah.
The dude is just a monster that right away is just a bad person. Like, he's scary. He's after her to kill her. Yeah. So no, it's Loco. That's what it. Loco.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying in Chief Woodenhead. Then he gets the arrow in the throat. Oh, it's so good. God, I love it so much. But yeah, as of right now, my number 2 would be Creepshow 2. And my favorite would probably be The Hitchhiker. If you asked me 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when I was 12, 13, it probably would have been The Raft.
I got to see the boobs.
But now as an adult that is very anti-sexual assault, I'm going to say it is The Hitchhiker.
Good choice.
Right.
See, I always forget about the roach one, and when people mention it, like, oh God, it's like arachnophobia. Like, that movie, I can never have it mentioned when I'm eating popcorn, because when the lady eats the popcorn and then all of a sudden they're dead and the spider comes out of her nose. Mm-hmm. That was probably one of the movies my parents regretted showing me as a child, because I did not want to take a shower for weeks. Like, because
it explains a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but I was like, I'm not going to shower because I'm afraid there's going to be like a spider that lands on me. And oh my God, like,
to this day, when I pick up my tennis shoes, I do this before I put my shoes on, to this day, just as a habit. To make sure there's no spiders in my fucking shoes.
I knock like I'm fucking camping, but I live in the suburbs. I'm like, hold on, just in case there's like a fucking tarantula in my shoe. Let me knock it out.
I'll have to bite my toe. No, thank you.
Oh, God. No. All right, Brendan, what is your number 2?
Well, this one was kind of hard, but I picked ABCs of Death.
Okay, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it was. I also there's one from a segment from ABCs of Death too I really liked, but the two that especially these two I always show other people that probably would never even watch these movies. But the first one was like D for Dogfight.
Yes.
And I think that one's so cool because it's kind of in slow motion, but not really. It's just music. There's like distorted like voices. Mm-hmm. And you just have this dude, he's getting yelled at by, I don't know, his coach or whatever. And then his pants down, you see he's wearing dog tags, and it literally says like buddy on it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, his dog's missing. And then he goes and fights, and he's literally fighting a dog. And then you see the look on his face, and it's his dog that got taken. So, but the dog's like, it's been trained to fight. So it just has like blood in its eyes. So they start fighting. And the dog bites him. He hits the dog a bunch of times, and eventually, like the dog, I don't know. They get that connection back.
It's like Cujo.
And then, reverse Cujo. But they finally get that connection. The dog turns back towards his new owner, and it shows them attacking the new owner, and then the new owner like crawling out of the fighting ring, and then he's just all bloodied, and then the original owner just gets like a fire hydrant and just domes him right in the face, and then
gets what he deserves.
Yeah, and it says the title sequence.
I always like ABC of horror when I rewatch it, but I didn't even know. Did they? I didn't even know they made a second one. To be fair,
yeah, they technically made 3. Like the second one was ABC's The Death 2.5.
Okay.
Which I don't think ever got like officially released, but it was another 26 finalists. Like I haven't even seen that one. I'm still trying to find it.
I was gonna say, is that on Shudder or something?
No, the other 2 aren't even on Shudder.
Where did the search at?
The second one is Y for Young Buck.
Okay.
Which is like by far my favorite. It's just for one, it's like another one without any voices, and the entire audio track is it's synthwave from Power Glove.
Yeah.
And it starts out with this kid who looks, and he's with like someone that's like, oh, he's probably like his dad or his uncle or grandpa or whatever. And he's showing them how to hunt, and they're hunting a buck out in the woods. Shoots it with the arrow, then they carve it up, he cuts the head off, and then the dude pulls down his pants right in front of the kid. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then this would sell fast.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the school, and there's a bunch of young boys playing basketball, and then you see that old man he's the janitor, and he's spying on all these kids playing basketball, and you see like sweat and everything, and he just like his eyes just like get bigger, and you just seeing sweat, and he just like walks out. I'm like, what the fuck is like this guy's like a pedophile or some shit?
Yeah,
and then.
Don't go hunting with him.
It gets to the end, the bell rings or whatever, all the kids run out, go to class or whatever, and then the original kid's there. He's completely covered in blood, and he's holding the buck head, and then the old man just on the ground. He gets the buck head and he rams the antlers through his eyes, rips off the dude's head, throws it in the basket. And then he pulls his pants down. Looks like he's gonna skull fuck the dude's head. And I'm like, all right.
That's it. That could be a podcast in itself. How many movies have skull fucking in it?
The first time I saw it, I was like, man, that shit was a trip. It's just so much was going on, and it's just the idea to put it to synthwave. And this is like before synthwave was really a thing.
You're jamming. You're like, what the fuck?
What's happening here?
Yeah, this is a bad trip, man.
And then I'll just throw the other ones. It's not my number one, but the other one's from the second movie, and it's Z for Zygote.
Okay.
Which is like by far like one of the most fucked up things you would ever see.
More fucked up than the skull fucking kid.
Yes, by far.
Sounds very Rob Zombie.
Yeah, like the gist of it is I forgot like what like when it took place, but it's a mom. A pregnant woman is in this cabin, and then she refuses to give birth until her husband comes back because they think he's out at like war or some shit.
You can hold it in.
She's been holding it in for.
She's turtle headed.
She's been holding in her pregnancy for about like 13 or 14 years.
Holy shit!
Then, she's been doing Kegels for life.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah.
This lady's like, ugh.
Yeah, so like essentially the baby's been eating her from the inside, and it essentially completely took over her body, and so. Like,
I gotta watch this one. I have not watched this one.
And then eventually the dad or husband or whatever comes back, and then she finally rips herself out of her mom's skin because she's just taking over her body. And the dad was like, "We need to start over." So it's like
we need to do a redo, kid.
Essentially, that's pretty much how it ended. It's like the cycle is gonna start over again.
And
I'm like,
I think we watched that in high school. It's called The Miracle of Birth.
Well, that's definitely a miracle. It's funny that was the last one of that movie, and that's how they ended it.
They're like, and it's done. Christ, have fun, everybody. Like, I mean, I bet she could like literally crack a walnut in her vagina if she's holding a kid in for like 15. You're dilated. No, I'm not. Hold on. I'm gonna suck this kid back in. Like, Jesus.
You are dilated to a -7. That's impressive.
Yeah. They're like, how are you doing this? Just me and my baby head just hanging there. It's fine. Man, you got a little something. You need do you need something? Some help? Some Depends? So now that we're mentally scarred, yeah.
I'm never going to stop thinking about this lady that's in the 97th trimester.
Right? Wait, did we do number 3? Why did I not mention my number 3? Oh, because I said...
No, that was 2. I did 3 because it was really hard to pick between those. Yeah. So I just...
I'm like, I feel like I fucked up my list already, but that's totally fine. We're going to roll with it. Because I said... Oh, it's because I secretly switched my list around, and then I forgot what the fuck I did.
Switcheroo.
I did a little switcheroo. So my number 2 is actually Tales from the Hood.
Okay.
I mean, I love the guy that I got the shit.
Yeah,
you got the shit, and he's like, dude, just give me the fucking shit. And the whole fucking time, this guy is fucking with these dudes, but. The one that I love is the one of like the guy that collects the dolls and the doll comes back to life to fucking kill the guy. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Again, maybe I just have a thing with little things that like to murder people. I don't know. I'm fighting like a common denominator here.
Right.
But the whole movie is all the story. I love all the stories. But honestly, just the guy wins it all. And then he just tells him to get in the fucking, first of all, if I'm going anywhere to get drugs, I am not going into a casket and sliding into a fucking like fire pit to get it. I don't care if you tell me there's miles of gold in there. I'm gonna be like, you know what, dude? I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'll go.
We're good.
I'm sure the Americas are not like short of drug dealers. Hello, kitty cat.
Right.
But I'm just like, I'm like, what the fuck? And these guys are like, well, no, dude, you gotta tell me what the fuck. And the guy, just his whole personality is just so creepy throughout the whole thing, and he's so sweaty. He's like, just like, yes, this shit, I got this right here. Yeah. I mean, all the stories are super good. They're super fucking creepy and haunting. I always love mentioning Tales from the Hood because I feel like it's such a underrated movie.
Yeah.
You know? But that's my pick. So we're gonna discuss everyone's number 1.
All right.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, so that's me, right?
Yeah.
So my number 1 is the first Creep Show, and you already talked about it, but I love Something to Tide You Over. Like you said, Richard Ted Danson, he is he's so crazy and like over the top, and I just love how he like his little laugh at the end. It makes me chuckle every time. I love him. And I love the zombie, the underwater zombies that come back, and how when they shoot them and the blood that like comes out is like diluted.
Yeah.
I love how that looks.
They're just
it's
so
awesome.
If anything looks and feels like the word moist, that would be it. Like they
are moist, head to toe.
Yeah, they're moist inside
even their
and
own
out.
blood is moist. Yeah. Like it's diluted.
It is, it's like a human sponge. You just feel the moistness. It's just la 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 la. But that is that is a good one. That is a good pick.
All right. Like the score, it's super creepy too.
It is.
Like throughout the whole thing, it's so creepy. Yeah,
I like that because I love all the creep shows, but I always forget about like the small pieces of every little story that they have. But it's so good. It is very, very good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so my number 1.
Mm-hmm. Tales from the Hood.
Tales from the Hood, baby.
Dude, where did you get that T-shirt? That is amazing.
I got it.
Teespring, I think.
Teespring, I think. Yeah.
Either Teespring or Fright Rags.
Yeah, the pink one.
Just she has a pink one, just like it.
Oh my god, I have to get one so bad.
We often, whenever we talk about the scariest movies we've ever seen or the scenes that scared us the most, Tales from the Hood's always what I talk about.
Yeah.
The ending of that movie, you know, when welcome to hell, like that moment.
My God.
Now you know why he's always sweating. He's hot as
He's like, fuck, he's the devil.
Right. And my favorite of the movie is actually the wraparound with Mr. Sims and the drug dealers and how he's telling them all the stories. Like, and like I said, once you get down to that, when he's walking, you know something's wrong when they pistol whip him. And he's walking to the basement. He's just putting his fingers up, and he's turning on the lights just by touching the bulbs. At that point, you're like, "Ooh, what the fuck's happening here?"
We only had clap on, clap off back in that day.
Right.
We didn't have like the touch bulbs.
And then, like, I, as a kid, there was parts of this movie that made me laugh. Like at the beginning, when they're just all smoking weed and they're all high, and he's like, "Man, what the fuck's up with refried beans? Just fry those motherfuckers right the first time, and you ain't got to refry them." Like that used to make me laugh. But then, like, again, how your perception changes. Like as an adult, I realize how really, really heavy this movie is.
Yes, it is.
Spousal and child abuse, police brutality, slavery, black on black crime. Yeah, a lot of these things are really, really delved into, and that one alone, KK Comeuppance. That one is so scary. When he's going through and they're showing all those actual videos when he's in that like the chamber. Yeah. And it's showing all the actual videos. No, that's not KKK Comeuppance. KKK Comeuppance is the Dow one that she was talking about. I can't remember what it's called. But like that segment you're talking about. Yeah. Where Crazy K is seeing all that stuff, and you're seeing real footage of black people being hanged, being burned, being beaten. And it's like, this isn't like a movie. Like, this is real footage of these things actually happening. And like, it's such a heavy moment, like, to see those things as an adult. As a kid, I didn't understand the weight of what I was seeing and how that was real. Like, that was real shit. And obviously, being a young white boy from a town in Michigan called Sand Creek, racial injustice was not on my radar at the time. But even back then, you know, 1994, 1995, they're talking about, and really the whole first one with the cops is totally a Rodney King. You know, that's a total memoriam to Rodney King, you know, and him getting beaten by the cops and then putting the drugs in him and driving him off, and him coming. That does have the coolest moment though with the hypodermic needle. Yes. Through the cop's mouth. Like, and then you got the one with the monster, you know, which was weird because you had David Alan Grier playing this evil stepdad.
That's what fucked me up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's in living color.
Yeah,
like living color.
He's supposed to be funny, but he's like the fucking monster. Like,
and he kills it. Absolutely kills it. And then the KKK Comeuppance with the Dow, you know, like how even like his helper's a black guy that's teaching him how to, like, you know, not be racist on camera, you know, and like, so you have like these different layers of black people, and like this guy's like kind of like the cowardice. I'll do what I have to do to get ahead in life. You have Crazy K, who's kind of this, you know, heavy hardcore gangster that kills a bunch of other blacks. Yeah. But when he's in the jail cell with that other guy, with the Nazi, he's like, "Let me ask you a question." I'm not going to say the word because it's disgusting. He goes, "The people you killed, what color were they?" And, you know, and Crazy K just starts thinking about it. And he's like, "When the time comes, you have a place in my army." You know, and it's like, that makes him realize,
so
like,
like, I'm killing my own people.
I hate this guy because he's a Nazi, but he's right.
Like,
everybody I've killed, I've done the same thing he has. So like the lengths that they go to portray all the different types, even the police in the first one, you know, you got the bully, you got the guy that's just willing to go along with everything. And then you got the guy that's just like, yeah, whatever, let's do this. You know, and then it's just, there's so many different, the movie is so deep with so many layers to uncover. And it's a fantastic movie. I'm really bummed that part 2 went the direction that it went in. Part 3 was decent at least, but part 2 really bummed me out. But like I said, with this first one, nothing I don't think will ever top that ending to me and how much it scared me.
It is so like, it is something that is ahead of its own time. Honestly, it is so ahead of its own time. And it's so funny because it's like you said, when I was younger, I was like watching this stuff and I'm like, oh. Like, that's what I'm starting to realize, like, wait a minute. It's like, it obviously is impacted because we're a bunch of white people talking about this movie, and it's crazy. And it's like, literally, it's just such a good fucking movie.
And because everybody that knows me knows I fucking hate the word woke. I hate that word.
Yeah.
And especially when people are like woke horror. I'm like, this movie came out in 94.
Yeah,
and it was talking about social injustice. Like, you don't know. I mean, fucking Nosferatu came out in the fucking 20s and it had a bunch of social messaging in it. Like, horror has always been made to make you feel uncomfortable because of social issues that are happening in front of you.
Exactly.
So
and that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to make you feel like this is real, but also this is a movie, but this is real. Like,
I'm super uncomfortable watching this because I can relate to certain aspects of it. Like I said, us being 4 white people probably aren't the best target audience to talk about how Tales from the Hood, you know, affected us. But it really, I mean, like, even at a young age, it taught you, at least for me, it taught me empathy, you know, to feel bad for what I was watching. And I think that horror movies really did instill a real feeling of empathy in me that I still carry with me today, to feel for other people and what they're going through, whether it be for their sexuality, their race, their religion. You know, to have that empathy for people that are being discriminated against because of who they are. They can't change those things. So movies like this really, really helped me to understand empathy and how to feel and love everybody no matter what. Unless they're just a piece of shit, you know?
Yeah, true. That's my theory. If you could be whatever, but if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. Yeah. Like, that's just
everything else. Like I was talking about, sexuality, race, religion. You're kind of born with that stuff. Being an asshole that's a choice. Yeah, you're making a conscious choice to be a dickhead.
You choose to. You're not born an asshole. I mean, I guess some people are. I don't know, but like,
well, if you were held in for 13 years, maybe.
Yeah, that baby though. That's an asshole.
For 13 years, I think that would make you an asshole.
Yeah, she's a total asshole.
Those 13 years were the most uncomfortable poops of her life.
Yeah,
I can't push.
How do you pee?
Oh man,
I know it would fall out.
I think
everyone do a Kegel and try to pee. Okay, let's figure out how this works. There's no way.
Now scientific reasons, we'll all be taking notes.
Yeah. Okay. This is nope. That did not work. All right.
That's not gonna happen.
We are at level 2 Kegel. We have a couple drops right now.
Yeah. We are not filming this for OnlyFans. We're not gonna film this for OnlyFans returns, right? Ideas, everybody. Just saying, who needs Patreon when you have hold a baby in for 13 hours sex tapes?
Right.
It's gonna be the new kink of 2024.
Oh
god. So on that note, Brendan.
All right. Well, I'm picking another VHS movie.
Son of a bitch.
But it's the newest one for 1985.
I do like that one though.
Yeah, like it was really hard to pick one out of that because they were all like perfect.
Yes.
Well, like the first one, like I think it was, I liked like the first one, No Wake, the best because like I watched it at home and I watched it like on like surround sound, and like the sound mixing for that one was so good because like it's really. Because once again, like with the VHS movies, you never know what's going on.
Yeah.
So you just see like just a bunch of like 20-something-year-olds just hanging out on the lake, and like 2 of them just like stay on the shore, and the other ones just go out on the boat, and they're just water skiing or whatever it is. And then one of the girls that's water skiing, all of a sudden she just falls.
Started bleeding.
Yeah, she just falls. They're like, oh, well, what happened? And then they drive around. She's just kind of floating there. And
I didn't know where it was going at that part. I was like, wait, like
exactly.
Is this Jaws?
What's happening? Exactly, because that's usually your first thought. It's like, oh, shark, piranha, whatever, or something. And then all of a sudden you just hear like a pop, and then like about like a second and a half later. Well, the blonde girl it wasn't the blonde girl. It was the dude like was leaning over the boat. He just gets like shot right through the side. You're like, what the fuck was that?
The worst part of that was the girl with the jaw where he goes,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden you hear bam.
Yeah, all of a sudden you hear another pop, and then a second and a half later, right through the jaw. And it's like every one of those shots made me jump.
Yeah,
it was just like
you could hear it.
It sounded so good. It sounded so real.
You could hear all the bullets.
Yeah, because like usually when you watch a movie, like you hear the shot, you see the whatever person, animal, whatever it is, get shot. But this you hear the delay, you hear and you see the delay. I'm like, oh shit.
I didn't know where they were going with that one at all. Like,
it was really, and that's the thing, because like they all get shot. The girl gets her jaw like blown off. She's
and you
freaking
will not
out.
you cannot. Well, I mean, I guess you can.
Well,
I guess you could live through that. Like half their face.
Then the other guy, the one holding the camera, gets shot, but you don't really see where he gets shot.
Yeah.
So he gets shot. The camera drops. The camera's just like, it's facing towards the last guy that's kind of like leaned down because obviously they're getting shot at. And then all of a sudden, whoever's shooting just shoots like 4 times, and you see the shot just go through his chest.
I like how
he passes out.
I forgot which guy. I think it's the guy that got shot in the head or something. I like how he looks in the mirror and he's like, dude. And then the girl with half her fucking face is behind him, like. Because the one girl's like trying to help her, like put her jaw back, like, girl, I got you. Hold on. Right. Yeah, like let's try to. Her tongue's all hanging. She's like, Tiffany, we got this. This is gonna be totally fine. Like, we're gonna go the ultra, and we're just gonna contour this. No one will notice. It's gonna be.
I'm sure they have your shade.
Yeah, but the one guy, like, he has one bullet hole, and he's like, ooh. Guys, I think something's wrong. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we got the memo when you see the girl with half her fucking face missing.
Because he just kind of woke up and you don't really know what's going on. It's like, I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that the girl that got her jaw blown off would survive, but I mean, I guess it's possible.
Yeah,
but
she'll be walking around.
Seeing the dude that got shot 4 times through the chest just get up, I'm like, I don't know, but then you see the guy holding the camera, like the back of his head's gone.
Yeah. Right. Oh god, yeah, like, that's right.
What's going on? Because they ran to where their motorhome thing was in the tent, because the dude that got his head blown off, his sister or girlfriend, I don't know which one it was, but she was in the tent, but she was just dead. And then what the fuck? And then they don't really explain it, and that's what kind of makes it like interesting. Because then you find out it's like, okay, his sister and the other dude, they didn't go in the water, and now they're dead, but like permanently dead. They're obviously all 4 of them are dead.
Poke the dude's brain too. Like they were like what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like they're touching a lot of shit they shouldn't be touching. They're like, dude, your brain is. You don't need this.
And with like the bare minimum of explanation, it's like it just kind of assumes like, oh, well, we are all in the water. So it kind of assumes like, the fuck's in the water that's like bringing people back to life, and then it just cut out, and then it goes into the next segment. But like 2 segments later, like throughout all these segments, which are really good, you're still like part of your mind's like, what the fuck just happened? And then it cuts to, I think, like the 4th segment called Ambrosia. You see this, they're at some house. It's a bunch of rich white people hanging out, talking about
as they do
whatever. And then there's this young girl that's talking about being by the lake and then what she did. And then it goes to her perspective, and it was this young girl that was sniping all these people at the lake.
They did the 7, right? It's like the rite of passage.
Yeah,
like
it was like the
bar mitzvah, but for crazy rich white people.
So as she's explaining that, after all that, blah, 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 all of a sudden, like the FBI or someone starts banging on their doors. And then everyone just starts grabbing guns and shit. And then her mom was telling us, like, whatever you do, do not let the cops get you. Kill yourself. Don't let them get you. And then
good mom advice.
Well, I mean, but
just
then
off yourself.
The point, everyone starts shooting. The FBI just like busts through the doors. Like everyone just starts shooting, and then it gets to the point where they're in a room. That girl. And then the guy that's holding the camera just like, I can't do it. Then she just shoots him. And then he drops, the camera falls. It's facing her. And then she knows like she can't get out. So she grabs the pistol, puts it under her jaw, and then shoots. And then she just passes out. But it shoots. You see the blood splatter just straight up on the ceiling. She just drops. And then like, I don't know, like 5 minutes later, she just wakes up and the cops are.
She gets where she deserves.
Yes, it comes in. It's like, oh shit, they probably all touched the water too.
That's fun too.
So and then you start thinking, it's like she can't die, so she's gonna be in jail.
Yeah,
she can't die.
But here's my thing, though. So, because isn't it like the law that even if they try to do the death penalty, if you live through it, like you're good, like you get out of jail, right? Isn't that's like a law? So if you if you live through the like death penalty, you're free to go. So that girl technically is gonna be free because she's gonna live through anything that they put her through.
Right.
And RIP to the girl with the half of the face missing, because she's got to live her whole life with like half of a face. Like at least the one guy could wear a wig.
I was kind of bummed they didn't cut back to them, but I was like, what the fuck?
I was going to be disappointed if they didn't finish that out. I was almost like, okay.
I mean, like to be fair, like most segments in those movies, there's never like a full conclusion.
Yeah.
They always leave you like wanting more. Like, what the fuck was that? Like usually like all like the good segments from those movies, you're always like, I don't want to wait every single time. It's like, or it could just be like steady. I'm like, all right, this is cool. And then all of a sudden it just a 180, it completely goes to shit. And then it doesn't stop. And then it cuts out.
Then it's like, we're done.
I just watched. Because it was the second one in that. Where they're like in like Mexico or something. It's it's like you're just seeing it's like, oh, this is like kind of happy or whatever. It's like some news anchor or something.
Like,
all
what
of a sudden
happened?
like you know they're in like some type of like internal war. Yeah. And then you see like an earthquake or a rocket blast or some shit, but then the building starts collapsing. And then they're all just like, oh, run down the stairs, and like the police or whoever come in and they're all running down the stairs, and all of a sudden they're at the very bottom. Now it's a fucking like human sacrifice.
Yeah, that one was very like, I was like, what is I honestly, like after the first one, I was like, what fucking just happened?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they do.
Like, why are you guys showing me this, dude? I'm like, they're just like, we gotta run. I'm like, dude, you just gotta keep going. Didn't they have like the one dude that like farted? Like someone farted when they were trying to save him, and they're like laughing. I'm like, just run. Who gives a shit about? Who gives a shit who shit in their pants? Let's go. Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
It escalated so quick.
I was like, and what happened to these people that got shot up over here? Like, what is going on? I dislike anything that leaves me waiting. Like, even with like the I watched Five Nights at Freddy, and I hate that it got just left. Like, I don't want to wait for the next movie. Just show me all 5 million of them. Like, even when they did that to Harry Potter, like, why do I have to wait for the next fucking movie?
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes longer.
It is. And God, like, I mean, even with, because even with the strike happening, it's done. What was I watching? The new American Horror Story? Which is garbage. Oh man. It is the same, like, literally, I am not even destroying the show. It is the same episode over and over and over. This bitch is doing the same thing every episode. Nothing changes. There was
it sounds fun.
It's like when they lost like the original like 5 like cast members, it just doesn't feel the same.
That's when they brought back 2 of them for one episode, and that's when like it was good. We were like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. It was great. And then they got rid of them, and then I'm like, it's back to shit.
It feels like an imposter.
Yeah. Right. Have you not watched it yet?
No.
No.
Yeah, because I watched like the first episode. I'm like, it was all right. I mean, it is better than last season, but it's like I'm still not into it.
The first episode is all the other episodes. Yeah. Honestly, like
I kind of figured
this bitch does the same thing. She wakes up. She's pregnant. What are you? You don't know your time. Your husband's not believing you, but you're pregnant, but you think you're not pregnant. But what are you pregnant? I don't know. Yeah. Then there's Kim Kardashian, and she blobs on about some dumb shit, and then like end of show. Next one. Is she pregnant? We don't know. It's like the same.
Fuck that.
This bitch has the same shit. Like, I think the episode 4 is the only one I think I suggest, and it has the two girls that come back. But there's a scene in there where she does a commercial for TikTok, and it is so funny. Because I mean, I'm not gonna give it any justice, but she has this commercial where she's like, "It's my body," but she's like, "I take she's like, sometimes I puke to lose weight. It's my body." I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then
God.
she's like, "I have anxiety, so I take these pills. It's my body." I'm like, I cannot right now. I was dying this whole time, but you got to see it. The rest of the show fucking is garbage. Last season was garbage.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed. American Horror Story is like one of my favorite.
Well, I'm saying it's when everyone left. It doesn't feel like American Horror Story.
Bring them back. Bring them back. Bring them back.
The first few seasons were so good.
Right? My favorite one was I want to say it was Freak Show. I don't know. I liked Freak Show. I didn't enjoy all the weird sex situations. Like, I don't know. The hand. I mean, I probably would see him on lesbian Twitter like, "What's up? Just saying, guys. You might like it."
I mean, all the housewives seem to like the claw.
He does some rizzing. He's like, "What's up, girls? I got my crab claw here.
I got the crab claw here."
Yeah, instead of the shocker, it's the crab claw.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's up?" So close your ears. My number 1 is Trick or Treat.
Boo. Yeah. See?
But okay, here's in my defense. That like my favorite one is with the quiet nerdy girl. And the kids fuck with her. And then
the first one, right?
Those kids deserve to die.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And she was like such a fucking boss bitch about it. Like she left him to die. Saw
she got on the elevator.
Yeah. Right. She was like, "Bye, bitch." And then she even just had her little lip pumpkin. Nice. She saw Sam and she's like, "What's up, bitch? Like, I got some dead kids over there for you." He's like, "Thanks." And then
I'm following the Halloween guidelines. You don't have to kill me.
Right? And the kids were such like, I hate any situation as a nerdy kid that was like, I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I was like, I got a lot of friends that like the weirdness, and I didn't really get bullied a lot, but when I did, like, it was always something sketchy like that. Like someone pretending to be your friend, and then all of a sudden they do something like shitty. And it's like, you were gonna put that girl in this like thing with these dead fucking kids. Like, first of all, say the ghosts weren't even down there. Like, it's dangerous. Like, you were to kill this girl. And she's like, "No, I'm sorry. You guys are just gonna die. Like, have a good day." Boop, beep. Like, that was my favorite part. I mean, I do love Trick or Treat. Sam is so amazing.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a lot of fun. You are literally the only one that I've never heard anybody else that doesn't like it.
And all you have to do to get rid of Sam is give him a fucking candy bar. Like,
all I'm saying is it's hard to have the exquisite taste that I have.
Yeah.
Trick or Treat is a good one. You know what? So you mentioned that, like, was it the wraparound story?
Uh-huh.
And like, I forgot about that. And then I Googled it, and I swear I just watched that a few months ago because I've never seen it. Like, I never seen that movie. It is a good one. I was like, oh, I remember that because the witch was hot. Like, I mean, she could eat me, but like, she would like physically eat me. Not in any other way. I was like, I would be dead after that. But that kid was a boss. Because afterwards, he was eating those fucking chocolate chip cookies like, "Killed you, bitch. Have fun." That was an excellent one. I don't know. Is there any ones that were missing that? I do like Death Proof though. I mean, nothing could beat Death Proof, and
it's such a cool movie.
It is, and Planet Terror. I mean, balls melting, awesome. Nothing like a guy trying to rape a woman and his dick melts off of him.
He deserves nothing less.
That's what should happen every time.
And that was like disgusting when he was like, I could still have sex with you. Like, I was like, like that. Oh. I was like, that's even worse. Like, what? Nope, get that away.
Get your melted dick away from me.
Yeah, get your melted dick and balls away, please.
This sounds
now.
like a Sledgehammer Horror Friday night.
Yeah,
my melted dick away.
Ew, get it. No, Rose McGowan is such a badass in that movie. I mean, even with Death Proof, like that bitch is killer. And also, so my dad used to drag race, and I loved sitting in like the passenger seat, which there wasn't a passenger seat, but he had like the bars and everything. So, but it was scary when he just like picked up the Rose McGowan blonde. Like, I love how she's in both of them, and she's like, I'm just blonde Rose McGowan. I am really not Rose McGowan, but I'm a different character. It's like, I didn't know you were two of the same. But it's just like, it's fucking nuts when he just looks at her and he just slowly talks about the stunt. And he's like, yeah, well, the problem about your seat is there's no seat belts. And he just like fucking slams on it and cracks her skull. And then those girls, I, to this day, will never I used to put my feet out the window. I will never do that after that movie. Like, her fucking leg went a mile away. No, thank you. I was like, what the hell? That was frightening. Planet Terror is amazing, and I love watching the little guy from 6 Feet Under. I'm actually rewatching that show on Netflix. Speaking of like the early 2000s and the late 90s, I have never watched that show, and now that I'm rewatching it, I'm like, there is a like, wow, they dropped the F-bomb like so much. I was like, what the fuck? I go, oh god, this was late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, but I'm like, some of the shit, I'm like, wait, what did they just say? What's happening? This is why I always get pre-warnings. Yeah, that's what I was like. I always get pre-warnings when I watch these shows on my Discord. I'm like, listen, some words might pop out that I don't remember is in this show or this movie. I don't remember. I forgot what I was. We were watching, but I watched like a lot of weird B horror movies, which is like, you open that shit up, you don't know what you're about to see.
Right.
Like, some of the times I'm like, oh, I did not remember that part. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I forgot about that part.
I rewatched that Siren segment at work today. I forgot how bad it was. I'm like,
oh yeah.
Just kept pausing it and minimizing it. I'm like,
no, I
want to finish this. I was like, oh fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, some of these. What movie was I? Well, I don't know why this reminded me of it. You ever see the Lighthouse movie?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I what? This is not funny, but I'm vegan now. But at the time, I was not vegan, and I dated someone who was vegan, and I showed her that movie. I was like, we should totally watch this movie. It looks amazing. Until the fucking bird part. And my only reaction was to laugh because I was so like, I don't know what to do right now.
You're nervous laughing.
I sounded like the fucking Beat the Bird. I was like, I was like, I don't know what to do. He just like fucking takes that bird and starts beating the shit out of it. And I'm like,
no animals were harmed in the making of this movie.
Don't worry, it's not a real bird.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sure that's a puppet. She's like, what the fuck? I'm like, Well, I hope that
the bird won't help right now.
Yeah, it's like, and it went on for, I felt like it went on for like 30 minutes because I was like, can this part just fucking end? Like, I get it, that bird is annoying you, but Jesus Christ, I think he's dead.
Why is he looking at the camera and smiling at me right now while he's doing it?
Like, it's disintegrated at this point.
He's like, just the legs are left and you see feathers, and I'm like, I hope it gets better. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna fuck the weird mermaid. It only gets better than this. Okay, this is an excellent movie.
But you like Me Lobster, don't you?
Yeah, so we broke up after that. Don't know why.
I can't take your horrible taste in movies.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I mean, I did not know this was about to happen, but literally that part was, I still had to laugh. It was so horrifying, even for me to watch. And let's be fair, I have a hatred towards birds because, you know, I had a bird bite me as a kid and I never lived past it. But I would never touch a bird like that. That was like, dude. And then I had a debate with her because I was like, well, I mean, the bird was an asshole. So...
He kind of deserved it.
Right? Like, he was kind of a dick. But I mean, I know it's not a real bird, but he was a fucking dickhead. He was like, he had that squawk. Like, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, that was nice. Thanks. I see the fucking photo. I mean, to be fair, that movie was so long and quiet. And then, like, that was when the movie got like, what the fuck is about to happen? And then I'm like, why is he having sex with that mermaid? And how is that possible? I don't know. There was so many questions. I don't know a lot about mermaid sex, but
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how the anatomy worked there, and I don't even think I want to know why.
Yeah. Some things are better left unsaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, something was a bit fishy about that situation. Boom, boom. Oh my God, now I'm sweating. Well, that was our lists. You guys are amazing. We had so much fun. We always have fun with you all. Thank you for coming onto our show again.
Of course.
What's your next episode? Like, when are you guys on next so everyone could know?
Thanksgiving week. We don't have anything planned for that. It's kind of a be with our family week.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think we're going to do something, another fun game, maybe live. But you can catch, we have new videos released every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
awesome.
If you go to the YouTube channel, just at Sledgehammer Horror on YouTube. Like I said, something new almost every single day. So, and we're parents, and we have jobs, and
you're busy. And you're busy. I'm gonna have to send you a photo of my warrior mask.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah. It was weird. Well, to be honest, I thought, what did I think it was? Oh, that's right. One of my streamer friends started talking as if she's like, oh yeah. So I thought it was him, but it was actually the warrior. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Like, I was like at a paranormal convention and it was the weirdest situation. So we traded coffee for the warrior mask.
Wow.
And then I'm like, awesome. Oh, what am I going to do with this? No idea. I was like, just walk around with it in my house, like,
right.
Dee. Well, thank you guys again for coming on. We're definitely going to have you on again.
Of course, we'd love to.
Another time. We're going to have all their information on the bottom attached to this episode for all to see. We're going to have this on YouTube and on our Spotify and iTunes and Google Podcast and every damn streaming podcast network BS ever. But thank you guys again, and we will see you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
Did you enjoy all the gory details? Come listen to us on iTunes, Google Podcast, and Spotify. See you soon.